Good morning. Please stand for the posting of the colors by members of the Fairfax County Police Department. Please remain standing while our own Genevieve McKenna from Biology sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Nicely done. Thank you.
Please give a round of applause to the color guard and to the bagpiper, and also Genevieve McKenna. Please be seated. It's now my great pleasure to introduce to you your Dean, Dean Morales Wilhelm, Dean of the College of Science.
Good morning. Sabahil Kair, Shu Pravat, Zhao Zhang Zhao, Sob Bekair, Bonjour, Guten Morgen, Kalimera, Shu Pravat, Buongiorno, Anuing Haseyo, y Buenos Dias. It is an honor to share this special occasion with you, with your family and friends, and members of our Mason science community in person. You know, I'm closing in on my second year as Dean of the College of Science here at George Mason University. And this is actually my first in-person degree celebration in our traditional venue here in the Eagle Bank Arena. I'm really, really thrilled to be here with all of you to honor our graduates. You each are a living embodiment of resilience and Mason's scientific excellence. Considering the challenges that you have faced over the past 2 years alone, your experiences while at Mason should prove to you that you can persevere, achieving your goals despite any adversity that comes your way. As we begin this degree celebration, which commemorates Mason's 50th anniversary as an institution, let me first acknowledge the family and friends gathered together in this audience. You know, your notable accomplishments as students have only been possible with all the love and support of your friends, of your families, of your loved ones, of those that have supported you every step of the way. So I want to extend an applause to family and friends here today. And I'd also like to take a moment to remember the students, faculty, and loved ones who are not with us today. Our College of Science loved ones are noted in the program, but let's keep everyone who could not be here today close in our hearts and give gratitude for the support and inspiration that gave you along your collegiate life journey. I would also like to sincerely thank our College of Science faculty and staff for the invaluable encouragement, support, and guidance they have extended to you during your time at Mason. The senior leaders of the college join me on the stage today, and members of our faculty are sitting in the audience to salute and celebrate your accomplishments. I want to publicly recognize all of our faculty and staff for their numerous contributions and their true dedication to the students. Please join me in thanking them. We are also privileged and welcome and acknowledge some dignitaries among us today. Okay, folks, let's, why don't we calm down a little bit and just enjoy the moment? Thank you. Yeah. Well, we're also privileged and welcome and acknowledge some dignitaries among us today. Thank you to our honored guest, George Mason University's Provost, Mark Ginsberg. For joining us today on this momentous occasion. We also welcome Dr. Althea Green. And Dr. Green has been instrumental in creating a very strong partnership between Mason and the Uniformed Services University of Health Sciences through our Enlisted to Medical Degree preparatory program. I'm also excited to hear today from today's keynote speaker, Mason College of Science Distinguished Alumni, Mr. Walter McLeod. Whether you are a recent graduate from the class of 2022, from the class of 2021, from Mason's earlier days, thanks to all of you for taking part in this celebration. Students, today is a very special day for you, and you will remember this day for the rest of your lives. There is a before and there's an after today for all of you, so enjoy your day. You will receive your alumni pin, and you will officially become Mason's scientific ambassadors as well as graduates. From this point forward, you represent Mason wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever path you follow. We'll be proud of you, and we'll be rooting for you every step of the way. As Mason alumni, you represent, and hear this, the largest public research university in the Commonwealth of Virginia, a Carnegie Foundation Tier 1 research institution, of which there are only 146 universities in the nation with that very high research activity classification. You'll be a graduate of one of the top institutions in the world. There are nearly 4,000 universities in the United States. There are over 25,000 universities around the world. In the latest ranking of universities across the world, Mason was ranked in the top 500. If you do the math very quickly, yes? If you do the math very quickly, we are among the 2% top institutions in the world. And I gotta tell you, we are well underway to being in the top 1%. We are one of the most ethnically and nationally diverse universities in the United States. We are truly a global institution. If you look around the room, if you look at your family, if you look at your friends, this institution and you, we collectively look already like our country is going to look in a few years. We are already there. The College of Science motto is understand, innovate, and succeed. We have not chosen those words lightly. Each one describes an important component of your Mason journey, preparing you for the next phase of your lives. Your science degree from Mason opens the door to possibilities you may not even consider yet. It has provided a scientific foundation broad enough and deep enough to prepare you for any opportunity you can dream of. As graduates, you will leave us today armed not only with a deeper understanding of science and with a greater emotional intelligence, understanding of self. Your time at Mason has equipped you with the critical thinking and collaboration skills that are needed to lead in what we're calling an innovation economy, and with a resilient and curious spirit which will serve you well as you pursue your career endeavors. So what's next? What path will your degree take you? As I'm sure Michael Reefe, our student speaker today, will tell you, you don't need to stay within the conventional bounds of society's view of your field. As you start the next chapter of your life story, I encourage you to dream big and dare to pursue big challenges. Regardless of your immediate post-graduation destination, whether it's graduate school, a lab, the workforce, I encourage you to continue to be an asset to the communities in which we live and work. I am confident your patriot pride will shine. Today, we celebrate you. Congratulations on your achievement and best wishes on your continued journey of exploration and growth. Something that's very special to me today, very special in my heart, is that our dear Dr. Donna Fox Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. Donna, where are you? There she is. I want to take a moment to acknowledge her efforts, as this will be her last spring graduation ceremony in this role, as she will be retiring later this year. Please join me in thanking her for her support of our students and for all the hard work and dedication she has brought to making this celebration special and memorable.
Thank you very much, Dean Morales-Wilhelm. I'm speechless. I do want to take just a couple minutes to thank a lot of people here. I promise not to take more than 1 minute. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Althea Green, who's here as our special guest, for helping to create the EMDP2, which has been an amazing program and partnership with George Mason. She's on the stage with us today, so please give her a round of applause. I'd also like to thank my husband, Alan, who's sitting in the front row over here, for putting up for me. Believe me, he deserves a round of applause for putting up with me, so I thank you for that. And you know, one of the things I hope all of you will do throughout your lives is to find mentors and adopt them. I adopted my own mentors here at George Mason. They're not here today, but I want to publicly thank Dr. Alan Christensen, Dr. Larry Rockwood, and Dr. Peter Stearns. They've really guided me on my path through this amazing career at George Mason. But I've saved the best for last. I want to thank you, all of you wonderful students at the College of Science. You have been the ones to make us smile, that make us proud, that encourage us and inspire us every day. So I want to thank you, and please go forward in your life knowing that you are loved by the College of Science, and come back and see us. So thank you. I'd like to now introduce our guest speaker for today. Mr. Michael Reefe is a 2022 College of Science graduate, just like you. Today, he will receive a Bachelor of Science degree with honors in physics with an astrophysics concentration. Michael initially began his journey at Mason in 2018 as a film and video studies major, but he saw the light of the stars, and he switched to studying astrophysics. So it's clear from his biography in the degree celebration program that he definitely made the most of his time at Mason, just as I hope you have too. As a means of introduction, I would like to just cite some of his many accomplishments, since he is speaking for all of you today. Michael's pursuit of academic excellence is evident. With a cumulative GPA of 4.0, he earned a place on the Dean's List every single semester. He was selected for the Dean's Excellent Award in undergraduate research. He served as a learning assistant for Introductory Electromagnetism course and has mentored high school students through the Aspiring Scientist Summer Internship Program. Michael has also been the president of the student-led group Spectrum, which promotes diversity and inclusion for underrepresented groups in STEM. And he was awarded a fellowship through the prestigious National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship Program. Like all of you who are graduating today, Michael joins the ranks of our proud College of Mason alumni. I cannot wait to see what the next chapter of success looks like for Michael as he begins his PhD program at MIT, and also for you. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Dean Fox, for that warm introduction. I want to thank Provost Ginsburg for joining us today for this momentous occasion. Not only are we celebrating the graduating class of 2022, but we are also celebrating Mason's 50th anniversary. 50 years is relatively young for a university, But nevertheless, Mason is one of the fastest growing public universities in the US, and we will forever be a part of its formative history. Many people take earning a college degree for granted, that it's something you're expected to do to get a good job or to be successful in your career. But a 2019 statistic from the US Census Bureau that may surprise you is that only 36% of Americans over 25 actually have a college degree. Far from being something that everybody does, being a college graduate really is something special to be celebrated. You all chose to apply and attend Mason. Not only that, but you surmounted all of the challenges that a university education has thrown at you over the past few years. So let's take a moment to really appreciate and congratulate all the hard work and dedication it took for the graduating class of 2022 to be here today. And let's also recognize the support given to this year's graduating class, both academically and emotionally, by our hardworking professors, friends, and family. With all of that said, it may not have been a clear or easy path from start to finish. Can I get a show of hands to see how many of you, at some point during your education, decided to change majors or even started with an undeclared major? Life tends to pull you in unexpected directions, but I think a desire to stay in our comfort zone often precludes us from taking risks and trying new things. Starting as a film major was my way of continuing what I was already comfortable with from high school. I had a myriad of interests, from film to environmental science and even astronomy and physics, but I had the most experience taking theater classes and making home movies. I thought I would not be able to handle the rigorous curriculum of an astrophysics degree. Nobody in my family had a degree higher than a bachelor's, nor were they involved in academia, and my hometown was also very rural. So there were few opportunities for me to see what a career in academia actually looked like. It was difficult to imagine myself being a part of a world that was entirely alien to me, so I opted for the more familiar degree. Thankfully, in the spring of my first year, I took an astronomy lab class to fulfill a core science requirement. What changed my mind and ultimately made me decide to pursue a physics degree was the fact that we could tell what atoms exist inside a star trillions of miles away from us just by looking at it. When I contacted the academic advisor for the Physics and Astronomy Department, Professor Joe Weingardner, about changing majors, I was blown away by the responsiveness and support that he gave me. I'm sure that many of you had doubts along the road that you would be sitting here today, even after making the decision to switch to a science major. The feelings of self-doubt that I carried from high school had not gone away. One of the first classes I took as a new physics major was an English course, specifically designed for professional writing in the sciences. But when I learned that the final project required us to find holes in the current literature of a subtopic in our field, I thought, how am I supposed to know what's lacking in astrophysics when I haven't even learned the basics on what is not lacking yet? In retrospect, I probably should have waited a year or two before taking that class. And even though I ended up with a B on that assignment, the experience still left me with greater doubts about my abilities to continue. And this was only compounded when I first joined a research group with Professor Peter Plavchan. Sitting in on the first group meeting and hearing all of the graduate students talk about the different projects they had been working on, not understanding a word that was uttered, made me feel helpless and that I didn't belong in the world of science. But when I came forward to Peter about these insecurities, he said that he didn't expect me to already know everything when first joining his group. I was there to learn. Listening to that advice and taking my education one step, one class at a time, really helped build my confidence. You don't become a professional scientist overnight. Everyone has to start somewhere. But then, right in the middle of our degree progression, the pandemic hit. I'm sure everyone here knows how difficult it was to transition to online classrooms and adapt to new forms of learning. Focusing and absorbing material through Zoom lectures was an entirely different skill set that nobody had 2 years ago. And it was equally difficult on the professor side, learning how to best teach and provide materials to students in a fully online environment, something I saw firsthand as a learning assistant. Interacting with classmates and working together in online communities was probably the main reason that I still passed all of my classes during this time. And I count myself as one of the lucky ones whose research was mostly able to continue virtually. I can only imagine how difficult the pandemic was for those that needed to be present in a lab. Despite that, when I tried extending my experiences during this time by applying to summer research internships and scholarships, I was rejected from every single one. Even after coming all this way, doubts about my abilities to succeed started to creep back into my mind. But then, in my final year, I joined a student-led group called Spectrum and learned that my feelings over the past few years of not being smart enough or good enough had a name: imposter syndrome. Just learning that many of my fellow students felt the same way was a huge relief, and attending some of their talks about ways to deal with imposter syndrome really helped me overcome my doubts. Around this time, I also joined a new research group with Professor Shobita Satyapal, and her pure enthusiasm for science and constant encouragements kept me motivated to finish my undergraduate degree strongly. I'm confident in saying that I made the right choice to change majors 3 years ago, despite the uncertainty and fear that I had when first making that decision. I hope those of you that raised your hands earlier are also happy, or at least content with the decisions that you made as well. And if not, it's never too late to start something new. Our education doesn't end with the receipt of a university degree. Throughout our whole lives, we are constantly learning new things. To those of you that never changed majors and have always known what you wanted to do, I don't know how you do it, but nevertheless, I am impressed with your tenacity. Whatever camp you're in though, everyone that is graduating today is here because they received support from someone, whether that be a friend, a family member, or a professor, or even all of the above. For me, those people are my parents, Joe, Peter, and Shobita. Also, don't stop yourself from taking a chance to try something that you don't think you're good enough or smart enough or strong enough to succeed in. Michael Scott from The Office once quoted hockey legend Wayne Gretzky, saying, "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take." Obviously, he was talking about shooting goals in hockey, but the same logic can be applied to anything and everything that you do. Wherever you all end up, whether that's graduate school, an industry job, or the military, I hope you will take the value of learning and the value of science with you. Thank you, and congratulations to the College of Science class of 2022.
Thank you, Michael, for those very, very inspirational remarks, for sharing your experience at Mason, your experience with your professors. How wonderful to hear from this. From the arts to science, you have taken a not-so-traditional path, yet you've made the most of your Mason experience, giving back to our science community through research, mentorship, and service, and creating a wealth of experience to shape both your confidence and your professional trajectory. To the students, all of you have so much to be proud of. As you graduate, you have the opportunity to use your educational experiences here to make our world a better place in which to live. I look forward to hearing and learning from your successes. I now have the honor of introducing the keynote speaker for this year's College of Science degree celebration, Mr. Walter McLeod. Walter embodies the science spirit we've encouraged you to cultivate. Like some of you in this crowd, he holds a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry and earned his graduate level chemistry degree here at Mason. Walter also completed the executive education program at the Tuck School of Business at Dartmouth College. Walter has more than 25 years of experience in business development, strategy, and government relations in the energy and mobility sectors. He's a recognized expert and thought leader in clean tech finance, policy, and development. He's also a visionary entrepreneur with multiple successful startups in the energy sector. Both of our organizations view innovation as being at the core of our respective enterprises, and he will be working with us at Mason to develop energy-focused learning experiences for students here in our College of Science. Walter has served on several boards and advisory committees, and even as a former president of our college's alumni chapter. His entire career has been a testament to the value of innovative thinking and success without limits. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our distinguished alumni of 2022, Mr. Walter McLeod.
Well, good morning to all of you, graduates. You look so young. I remember that feeling. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the leadership of the College of Science because for the past 2 years, they've helped navigate all of you through one of the worst pandemics in the history of this planet. And they were part and parcel to the success of you achieving what you've accomplished today. So let's recognize them for just a second. And then, of course, I'd like to recognize and thank all of you parents, you relatives and friends, children of all ages who are here supporting the hard work and the accomplishments of our graduates as well. Thank you as well. But the main event is seated before me today, right? We want to congratulate you, the Mason Science graduates of 2022. You did it. Yeah, you put in the work and now you reap the benefits. You know, there were some comments made to the general 2022 graduating class of Mason by your current president, Gregory Washington, and I thought that they were fitting, at least part of it, to share with you this morning. So I just want to read a little bit from what he had to say. He said, "You've earned a degree from a university whose campus looks like what America will soon look like, with no ethnic majority. You're accustomed to working and collaborating across cultures and diversity of origin, identity, circumstance, and thought. This allows you to see the world more completely, think more creatively, and examine full truths." That describes you, doesn't it? Especially that first line, that you've earned a degree from a university whose campus looks like America will soon look like. The dean made a comment to this effect as well. You see, George Mason University represents the future. You're one of the most diverse colleges in the United States. You are the most diverse university here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And because of that, and because of the diversity of thought, the diversity of people, you represent America today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future. And I'm sure you've heard your parents and your abuelas and others over the years telling you, you know, we worked hard to get you to this point. You're the future. We're so proud of you, right? That's what my mom said to me back in 1994 when I graduated, like you, here from George Mason and got my master's degree in chemistry. And you know why they say that? Because it's true. You are the future, and you have so many amazing things that you're going to accomplish and so many amazing opportunities that lie ahead of you. The planet and humanity are on the verge of making another great quantum leap in terms of our civilization. And we see it all around us. We see it in the field that I'm in, which is clean technology and electric transportation. We're going to be driving and moving in a completely different way 10 years from now than we do today. And it will be better as a result. We see it with artificial intelligence. We see it with CRISPR gene editing and how that's transformed healthcare. Space exploration, we've heard a lot about the cosmos, and we'll talk about that as well. Blockchain, and what my kids always talk about, the metaverse, whatever that's going to be, right? Those things are all presented to you as opportunities to engage and to bring your scientific background, your training, to the table as a valuable resource for all. Yet when we look at the public dialogue around science, it's not always positive, is it? Increasingly, we see a lot of vitriol, a lot of discourse that's negative or casting doubt on the belief and the value of science in our society. Two good examples of it are the recent COVID vaccine controversy around science, and of course the ongoing controversy regarding climate change and science. And we'll touch on those a little bit later in our discussion. But ultimately, the way that we address science and innovation, which go hand in hand, is going to affect our entire societies. It's going to affect how we teach our children. It's going to affect how we matriculate students through our university. It's going to affect how we value our public lands and our resources. And it's going to affect the kind of healthcare system that we all will have in the future. So we have to get around this notion that science is just about facts and figures, that all you have to do is memorize a few formulas, and that's the trick of it. There's no trick of it, is there? And you all understand that because you've put in the work and you understand what it means to be a Mason scientist. Now, it was put very well by one of our most beloved scientists, the late Dr. Carl Sagan. Most people remember him for the saying, billions and billions of stars, right? Although he didn't really say that. But nonetheless, he did reveal to us the why behind the power of science. And here's what he said. He said, science is a way of thinking more than a body of knowledge. And isn't that true? Because all of you have been trained and educated as scientists, you understand that science is about the way you think and approach and view life and things in general, right? Science is exhilarating. Science scratches our curiosity. Science is inspirational. And as someone who's been trained as a scientist, just like each of you, I can attest to the truth of Sagan's words as well. Because I was trained as a chemist, I went into Washington, D.C. and practiced public policy, and then shortly thereafter, I ended up being an entrepreneur and establishing a number of clean technology businesses. Now, the reason I was able to do that is because my scientific training, my thinking, has guided me completely on my entire career path. And you will do the same, because you've been trained and hardwired to think like scientists. Now, science has the power to shape the future as we know it, both today and tomorrow, both here on terra firma, as well as in the cosmos. And that's why we have a lot of faith in all of you, our future scientists, our Mason scientists, because we know that you are going to make the future world better. You are the future of science. You are the future of our great country. So to look at this a little bit more closely, though, let's start with terra firma, the Earth, where we are, right? And go back to the two examples I gave earlier. The first had to do with the existential threat we all faced with the pandemic. And it was mentioned earlier, if it were not for science, for the mRNA vaccines that majority of us have taken wisely because we believe in science, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be able to gather here today for this grand celebration, would we? You see? It was because of a scientist, a Nobel-winning female scientist named Jennifer Doudna, that we are able to benefit and have peace of mind, despite the fact that this virus is still prevalent in our society today. That's what science does. When it comes to climate change, which is the area I spend most of my time in, we understand the value of science in diagnosing the problem, helping us to understand the time frame we're working with, and find sustainable solutions. Because, friends, regardless of what the naysayers say, climate change is a human problem. It's a problem caused by us largely, and it's a problem that will affect us largely. The Earth will probably be fine, but we need to get our arms around climate because it is a threat to us. And so when we think about the way that man has terraformed this planet, and that we're at a point now where human activities, anthropogenic activities, have a greater effect on the natural cycles of the planet than they do on us, then we understand that we have entered a different epoch. We are in the Anthropocene. That's where we are. And we need to understand the importance of heeding the direction that science gives us. Science is telling us that we need to change our societies, we need to change our values, we need to change our practices so that we as a species can thrive for millennium to come. And so when it comes to you all, as Mason scientists, recognize that through your scientific training and education, your generation will be the one to decarbonize our economy. And you will be the ones discovering the life-changing medicines that will extend human life and eradicate many of the diseases that are common today. Now, I want to shift to the other part of our discussion. I said that science would affect us both here on terra firma and beyond. As someone who grew up as a big science fiction fan, I watched a lot of Star Wars, I watched a lot of Star Trek, and recently I watched Dune way too many times with my kids. I do believe that we are on the verge of something very, very special, and it's your generation of scientists that are going to pave that way. We recognize that science is allowing us to look deeper into the cosmos than we ever have before with inventions like the James Webb Telescope. Science has brought us to the threshold of interstellar travel. We think about the billionaires who are seeding this exploration, whether we're talking about going to the moon or going to Mars, but ultimately it's going to be humanity. It's going to be our species that paves that path and that does that exploration. And so that's going to be led by scientists like you, your generation. You are going to pave that future for us. And then, of course, there's the heralded science agency here in the United States that makes all of this possible, NASA. Fittingly, that agency is governed here in the House and the Senate of our Congress by the Science Committee, not the Engineering Committee. No offense to engineers, I love engineering, I use it every day, but you see, our elected officials saw the wisdom of allowing science to guide us as we explore the cosmos. So through science, your generation, you Mason scientists, will chart the galaxy and pave the way to explore the cosmos. But remember, first, we have to get Earth right? We have to make sure that our home planet, terra firma, is sustainable before we go down that path too far. So as you consider all the good that science can and will accomplish by means of your cohort, my biggest advice to you is this. Always think like a scientist. Always. Stay curious. Always explore, ask questions. You've been taught the process. You know how to do this. You're going to receive degrees that confirm that today. So don't let it stop today. Take it to the next level. Because that's what Carl Sagan was saying when he said that science is more about how we think than about the accumulation of knowledge, right? That's what makes all of you scientists today, and you will always be trained and educated as scientists, no matter what you do with your career. And Sagan was an example of that. When we think about that person, Carl Sagan, he was an astronomer, he was an astrophysicist, he was a planetary scientist, he was a best-selling author, he was a publisher of the most popular, most watched series on PBS, and he was a science communicator. Well, what was he known for primarily, and what gave him credibility to do all those things? He was a scientist, right? That's why people listen to him. See, and it's the same for each of us. No matter what degree you receive today, or whether you go on to become a professor, or a researcher, or an executive, or a public servant, or whatever you decide to do, always remember that inside of you, inside of that success story, dwells a scientist, always, because of what you've accomplished here today. So once again, we want to congratulate you, Mason Science graduates of 2022. We wish you nothing but success in all your future endeavors, and thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you today.
Thank you, Walter, for your inspirational remarks. It's great to hear from an alumni who has been out there for 2.5 decades and living that experience and sharing it with you. At this time, I also want to take a little bit of time to thank Provost Mark Ginsberg for attending our celebration. Mark said he's a fantastic leader and administrator. It's a dear pleasure to work with him as a colleague. And he hasn't said this in so many words, but I know the College of Science is his favorite college. Otherwise, why would he be here today, right? Dear Provost, the College of Science really appreciates you. So,
Okay, thank you. Every year, the College of Science chooses outstanding undergraduate and graduate student winners. Their names and awards are listed in the degree celebration program, and students who are receiving awards today will be acknowledged individually as they come up on the stage for their degrees today. As part of our degree celebration festivities, it's a pleasure for us and a privilege to celebrate the 7th cohort of the Enlisted to Medical Degree Preparatory Program as they complete their 2-year pre-medical program. Very shortly, these active duty military members will join you in crossing the stage as they commemorate the completion of their program. About half of this group that's present today has also chosen to take a further step, and they've also completed an MS in biology. So please help me in applauding all of the men and women who serve our country and who give so selflessly to our nation. You too.
So now let's get to the show, what we came here to celebrate. We will start a celebration with our doctoral students. Mason's doctoral students were hooded at the commencement ceremony yesterday. Today, each student will be presented with their hood and the College of Science Dissertation Medal to recognize the achievement associated with defending and successfully completing a PhD dissertation. You know, the nature of doctoral studies involved a very close collaboration between the student and the faculty mentor. And I like to say that that's a relationship that's almost a relationship for life. I stay in touch with my dissertation advisor after more than 30 years. I've personally supervised a dozen PhD students. Each one of them is like I had an additional child, and I keep in touch with them. It's a very, very close relationship that is for life. Very, very special. And just as this doctoral student absorbs from the faculty mentor, the doctoral student also contributes to the development of the faculty. It's a very, very symbiotic, to use a scientific term, relationship. So candidates and advisors, please come forward when your names are called.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. EMS is on their way to help out some injured person that we have up here, and we'll resume our ceremony in just a second. So thank you very much for being so patient. Okay. Okay. All right, everybody, thank you very much. The gentleman is doing okay. And so, yeah. So we got permission from them to go ahead and continue with the ceremony. EMS will be coming in to escort him out. So let's just keep going on and celebrating. I'm so glad he will be okay. That's the main thing. But thank you very much for your patience. All right. Can I go?
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Bioinformatics and Computational Biology. Pooja Katkar, accompanied by Fatah Kanshanji and Yosef Weissman. Lena Mohammed Said, accompanied by Yosef Weissman. Kiran Kumar Susankar, accompanied by Yosef Weissman. Shenyun Wang, accompanied by Yosef Weissman.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biosciences. Marissa A. Howard, accompanied by Lance Leota.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry and Biochemistry. Catherine Olguin, accompanied by Chao Luo. Marina Lini Ramanan, accompanied by Gerald Weatherspoon.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Climate Dynamics. David Benson, accompanied by Paul Dermeyer. Okay.
As soon as they leave this area, call the next name or else it'll take.
Okay. Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computational Sciences and Informatics. Redwan Batroni, accompanied by Jason Kinser. Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Earth Systems and Geoinformation Sciences. Ida Alzarani, accompanied by Matt Rice. Brendan Hurley, accompanied by Matt Rice. Lee Lin, accompanied by Lipping Di. Che Yen Liu, accompanied by Matt Rice. Chow Wei Yang, accompanied by Chow Wei Yang. John E. Nyberg, accompanied by Matt Rice. Dua Shan Shah, accompanied by Chow Wei Yang. Ishan A. Shams, accompanied by Chow Wei Yang. Jing Chao Yang, accompanied by Chow Wei Yang. Ji Chi Yu, accompanied by Liping Di. And Chen Zhang, accompanied by Liping Di.
Dean Morales-Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Science and Policy. Natalie Hall, accompanied by Pat Gillivat.
Dean Morales-Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics. Sigil Thomas, accompanied by Sean Lawton.
Dean Morales-Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience. Manju Attile, accompanied by Pat Gillivat. Rachel Keith, accompanied by Theodore C. Dumas.
Dean Morales-Wilhelm, we present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics. Ryan Fifley, accompanied by Shobita Satyapal.
Dean Morales-Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Bioinformatics and Computational Biology. Joy Elimimian. Nicholas Hofat.
Dean Morales-Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Biology. Sarah Scott. Amy Nguyen.
Michelle Ayana Harrison.
Surihari Girisha Kumar.
Kayleen Higgins.
Morgan Tassif.
Michael Mensah.
Jamila Bundo.
Aya Adelahin.
Zachary Cuba.
Anastasia Williams.
Ana Paula Vidal,
Anar Claros,
Deborah,
Margarita Shevchenko,
Catherine Garish,
Naomi Jones,
Darren Green,
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Chemistry. Allison Snodderly. Jenny Huang.
Ben Cannon,
Yewande Oyesho.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Climate Science. Jake Campbell,
Sophia Whitaker.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Computational Science. Edward Arguello,
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Earth Systems Science. Abigail Glass.
Piwara Macaroon, Piwara Macaroon.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Science and Policy. Sean Gagnon.
Eleanor King,
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science. Jasmine Smith.
L. Winfield, Raven,
Alana Grant.
Raven Sidney McDonald,
Shayla Montalvo-Vargo.
Jade Bowman,
Megan Morales.
Paige Riley,
Ethan Kolonowski.
Delara Taylor,
Jordan Sheets.
Matthew Smith,
Christopher Adams.
Eric Mata,
Francisco Figuero Moreo.
Jude Basrawi,
Sydney Anderson.
Samantha Gibson,
Emily Bricker.
Lauren Hayes,
Abigail Pellegrino.
Taryn Firth,
Wimer Malik.
Timothy Bly,
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Mathematics. Mariah Michael. Dean Morales Wilhelm, that concludes the presentation of Master of Science degrees in the College of Science.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the Enlisted to Medical Degree Preparatory Program. Sabine Agustin.
Melissa Mullinex.
Shalti Kalmeth.
Dana Lee.
Joshua Lee.
Carlos Pena.
Seti Zepeda.
Matthew Schneiders.
Cooper Waterman.
Austin Parker.
Deirdre Kanicki.
Justo Medina.
Victoria Boo.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the Graduate Certificate in Advanced Biomedical Sciences. Shalom Mengesha.
Shania Hickman.
Morgan Jackson.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the Graduate Certificate in Personalized Medicine. Galia Alahibi. Dean Morales Wilhelm, that concludes the presentation of graduate certificates in the College of Science.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we now present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Atmospheric Sciences. David Bernard.
Justin Hopkins.
Amber Verstenia.
Laura Wyckoff.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we now present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Kevin Vu.
Peter Graham.
Vance Melton.
Dawit Abera.
Majid Shabsi.
Arpana Nanduru Rockwood Pre-Health Award winner.
Mia Wilborn.
Joanna Jew.
And Keith Clark, the American Chemical Society Award in Organic Chemistry.
Anika Reno.
Hillary Lee.
Sahajpreet Singh.
Angie Quinones Burgos.
Nardine Riman Sidhom.
Bahyan Suki.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computational and Data Sciences. Jimmy Carter.
Jacob Wyant.
Kevin Liu.
Luke Palmieri.
Garrett Newcomb.
Stephen Soliday.
Nathan Bicker.
Gowrie Prathap.
Asmay Awalal.
Zachary Richardson.
Claire Lewis.
Ben Harmon.
Liam Whitenack.
Sahil Ahmed.
Sneha Kumaran.
Janat Raha.
Leo Tokarev.
Davis Kajuna.
Vince Raphael Balagao.
Isabel Angela Aldaba.
Radhika Lada.
Raveen Salma Omar.
Natalia Barrera.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Earth Science. Omar Armstrong.
Rebecca Hinesley.
Anna Sophia Hendricks.
Ethan Walker.
Kiana Elazer.
Ade Mangishtu.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. Alex Murphy.
Chang Hao So.
Edward Dutke.
Sydney Jackson, Outstanding Student in Wildlife recipient.
Ava Noraski. Cecilia Long.
Graydon Monroe.
Christopher Justman.
Samuel Criscolo.
Liam Glass.
Richard Hoff.
Faith Kruger.
Grace Lunam.
Kathleen Hout.
Tyler Shedd.
Grace Moody.
Hajura Malik.
Aaron So.
Dylan Wake.
Clara Zabral Marani.
Sarah Wagner.
Alina Rashid.
Camilla Vazaga Zelaya.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forensic Science. Caroline Burnett.
Nicole Brown, Service Award recipient.
earning the Service Award, Rebecca Eisenfeld.
Victoria Sillo.
Alexis Orbeta.
Heba Jabber.
And earning an Achievement Award, Kristen Davis.
Kaylin Clossy.
Nuria Salim.
Alicia House.
Alex Stone.
Twin Lee.
Kelsey Chavez.
Sonia Klein.
Justin McCune.
Achievement Award winner, Madeline Bowers.
Brittany Grote.
Sophia Delgadio.
Fiona Rickles.
Khalees Moore.
Valeria Perez Jordan.
Rahid Al-Soleimani.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we now present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Geography. Nicole Connord.
Tyler Grant.
Omar Pilgrim.
Daniel Mealy.
Shelby Montana Harris.
Catherine Rocchio.
Anastasia Marie Vestermark.
Glenn Ward.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Geography. Matthew Hayes.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Geology, Bianca Andia.
Natasha Tegel.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics, Escuela Sarajevo.
Catherine Early.
Kylie Smith.
Jung Ah Hong.
Raina Saha.
David Lampton.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Garrett Haskell.
Joseph Bittinger.
Jared Bergen.
Shabazz Bakhtiar.
Atala Elias.
Jolie Peck.
Amanda Chambers.
Cindy Guzman.
Sang-Hyun Yoon.
Delgun Anhe.
Brittany DePoto.
Hee-Kyung Kim.
Max Montiel.
Aiden Donahue.
Zachary Reichi.
Joshua Kalwano.
Swan Klein.
Marlana Bosevic.
Jin Lee.
Ian Teng.
Neuroscience Faculty Choice Award winner, Nazara Trinity Burke.
Amina Buya.
Oh, this was oh, sorry.
Ciara Mitchell. Outstanding Academic Achievement in Neuroscience Award, Sohel Hisavi.
Carlos Farag.
Gabrielle Block.
Sophia Azmi.
Monet Nijon Boyd.
Jocelyn Melosa.
Aisha Chaudhry.
Munaza Shuaib.
Hizra Wakar.
Leslie Torcos.
Leslie Valise.
Tasneem Chaudhary.
Maria Waita.
Bisma Iqbal.
Outstanding Neuroscience Research Award, Jacqueline Escobar.
Rajshri Dakshinamurthy.
Amber Hennigan.
Outstanding Academic Achievement in Neuroscience Award, Neil Kasaki.
Tamana Arif.
Estela Carolina Oriana.
Cooper Omerod.
Natalie Erickson.
Kyle Blevins.
Zahid Khan.
Ali Rizvi.
Fatima Zora Niazi.
Mohammed Salem.
Outstanding Neuroscience Researcher Award, Esti Fanoz Methvin Wodajo.
Parsa Nadali.
Kalura Gali.
Mark Mata.
Maya Noradin.
Haitham Musmar.
Gabriel Llanos.
Manvi Vij.
Mia Almir.
Samarit Mesfin.
Hasma Hussein.
Maria Julia Torres Bernardo.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics. Michael Reefe, BS in Physics, concentration in Astrophysics with honors, Dean's Award for Excellence in Research.
Kyle Buckwalt.
Kyle Cruza.
Kyle Withers.
Mari Jimenez.
Darwin Kiros.
Akil Chauhan.
Rifat Abalizi.
Devin Combs.
Blake Vogel.
Benjamin Tu.
Catherine Townsend.
Chester Zimmerman.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Biology. Dalia Aguilar.
Ayla Majidi Edarisi.
Madeline Droz.
Iris Tadic.
Lubna Krimian.
Selahom Bogel.
Alexis Hong.
Tom Van Chaw.
Ryan Pierce.
Nasiba Nabi.
Cassandra Gabriela Hernandez.
Robin Bishop.
Sarah Al-Sadi.
Isran Nasir.
Kyron Aslam.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biology. Lan Omar.
Yasin Higab.
Jawad Khan.
Joanna Pacheco Catil.
Nora Hamid.
Sumya Popal.
Jeremy Andre.
Sumaya Mohammed.
Diba Jabarizadi.
Iman Haj Assad.
Megan Stevenson.
Sarah Mirbagara.
Noor Azim.
Rayad Sonore.
Victoria Andrea Espinal Reyes.
Swastika Bandari.
T. Pineda.
Elena Livers.
Turkan Tahirli.
Tukvan Tran.
Rustman Bora.
Andrea Cepeda.
Sage Grimmel.
Daniela Salinas.
Biology Writing Award winner, Zeynep Kazalbash.
Gabriel Cardona.
Norma Perla Bonilla.
Terim Tassin.
Sabira Musamam.
Noor Singh.
Sakshi Thakar.
Angel Powell.
Deja Wilson.
Brene Friend.
Lana Lee.
Elizabeth Elliott.
Jacqueline Claybow.
Hannah Milikich.
Senior Award winner, Dana Mauskowitz.
Senior Award winner, Thomas Hutchinson Castro.
Rockwood Pre-Health Award winner, Sean Diamond.
Giovanni Valentino Wright.
Jung Kyum Kim.
Kelly Grant.
Elizabeth Clark.
Elias Tuffwood.
Madeline Bennett.
Kathleen Cavert.
Gabriela Martinez.
Dariana Munoz Rosales.
Mark Milani.
Nicholas Johnston.
Zach Yates.
Joseph Krimmer.
Daniel Salazar Esquivel.
Gian Mahamui.
Vasuki Andal Kandali.
Julian Paju.
Doris Giselle Villata Porteo.
Margaret Bowie.
Alam Muhammad.
Julie Pham. Kulik Haji.
Constance Nolan.
Ahmad Akrami.
Kirti Machiraju.
Destiny Amade.
Sarah Rayburn.
Michelle Makula.
Jamie Braverman.
Maki Zachary.
Emre Nal Bant Oglu.
Faculty Award Ali Amin. Miss Ali Amin, excuse me.
Megan Krog.
Augustine Crowell.
Afsana Anwari.
Hiam Ali.
Sunita Kandil.
Biology BS as Pre-Medicine and Health Information Technology, Jilan Mustafa.
Sadia Abdi.
Aisan Mahindaraki.
Beheshta Mogadami Jafari.
Tarana Azad Farus.
Dylan Ahern.
Jacob Dela Cruz.
Steven Sosa.
Justin Heitkamp.
Hannah Ree.
Monera Sahibzada.
Olivia Jordan.
Aliyah Al-Nuzaili.
Benjamin Tan.
Kelly Pardo.
Hui Lee.
David Daniel Markson.
Isha Ibrahim.
Anjali Amin.
Maher Adelbi.
Research Semester Award, Hasti Zendadel.
Orion Rathbun.
Annika Geiger.
Saida Sakina Shaw.
Katya Fortin.
Biology Honors Award recipient and Faculty Award recipient, Jackson Kerr.
Natalia Hindi.
Margaretta Walker.
Biology Honors Award, Julia Hakim.
Lionel Bogang.
Kimia Tabatabai. No, I keep this in.
Dim Vo.
Noor Elbakush.
Dane Parker.
Jamil Wiggins.
Rockwood Pre-Health Award winner, Miriam Emmer.
Natalie Lewis.
Richie Tackrall.
Marissa Pearson.
Amber Shaw.
Aria Bahadur.
Lindia Vela Minova.
Biology Honors Award, Casey Jose.
Biology Honors Award winner, Maria Saraa Pangaliman.
Claudia Nguyen.
Angie Choi.
Mohammed Chana.
Kang Huang.
Adama Ekwogomido.
Biology Honors Award recipient Natalie Vandernoot.
Selena Shoup.
Kelly Grote.
Caroline Bates.
Hassan Anwar.
Isabella Merzaman. Yaman Zagmo.
Michael Brunner.
Mahanor Waris.
Yadidia Akiso.
Mariam Ilia.
Milane Yonatan.
Nadia Alanenzi.
Dunya Hanim Melikova.
Natalie Chachan.
Jaehyun Cha.
Garrett Rich.
Aliyah Syed.
Leana Perez.
Andrew High Friedman.
Wania Ayub.
Dean Morales Wilhelm, we present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science. Woo Young Jung.
Ama Asprimi.
Maralma Gant Batar.
Samantha Jansilan.
Melissa Stanley Medical Laboratory Science Award recipient Shamila Silveron.
Dean Morales Wilhelm. That concludes the presentation of degrees in the, oh. Sorry. Oh. Valerie Cruz Ortez. My apologies. Dean Morales Wilhelm, that concludes the presentation of degrees in the College of Science.
So folks, we're here. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations to your friends and your family, those that were here today. A big applause to them, please. It is my pleasure to welcome back to the podium Mr. Walter McLeod, who has generously served as a former president of the College of Science Alumni Chapter of George Mason University Alumni Association. Mr. McLeod. Let's see. Oops. Closing remarks. Well, I think you say something about the alumni? Yeah.
All you need to do is encourage everybody to join the alumni.
Right. Yeah, so do that and then I'll come back. Okay, go.
That, of course, was just a dramatic pause. We really are very proud of all of you, and now that you have your degrees in hand and it's official, we would also like to extend a warm welcome to the alumni of the College of Science. You are all now officially members of the George Mason College of Science alumni. So congratulations.
So as we bring today's celebration to a close, and the next chapter of your professional and personal lives begins, I wanted to leave you with this thought from well-known mathematician and human computer, quote unquote, Katherine Johnson. You may remember her from being portrayed in the movie Hidden Figures from her groundwork and courageous journey at NASA. Ms. Johnson said something like this: like what you are doing, and then you will do your best. We will always have science, technology, engineering, and mathematics with us. Some things will drop out of the public eye and will go away, but there will always be STEM, and there will always be mathematics in particular. Thus, I charge you with this: dare to use the STEM skills you have learned and successfully demonstrated in order to help communities around the world. This is a fitting end to the College of Science degree celebration for the class of 2022. Please take a second. Let this special moment sink in. Remember this time and know that you're ready to handle whatever life and science might throw your way. Please keep in touch and let us know of your progress. Please don't be strangers to Mason. Please don't be strangers to each other. Please don't be strangers to friends and family who are with you here today and those that could not make it. As we recess, faculty on stage will depart first, and then graduates will leave in rows from the back. Following the recessional, please join us at the Johnson Central Bistro, where our alumni, family members, and friends can continue this celebration. So on behalf of Mason's College of Science, I congratulate each and every one of these graduates on your day today. Here's to you and your continued success. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the George Mason University College of Science Class of 2022.